Hello, guys. Welcome to Jacqueline Valdez Live. I'm so excited to be here today. So, we are going to talk about the life of an entrepreneur. I'm so excited for our next guest, Julian Griffith. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited. How's your day been going?
It's been good. It's been relaxing. Got my workout in and went golfing, working on my terrible game that I'm trying to build in.
Sounds like fun, though. Sounds like an
Yes,
active day. You
yes,
are so busy, and it's so exciting seeing all the amazing things that you're up to. And I love that you take that me time.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and you also, I know we're talking about being an entrepreneur, but you're also into acting, you're into other stuff too. So share with us your journey.
Ooh, where do I begin?
There's so much.
Um, well, I've been acting since I was three. Been a professional actor since I was 10 years old. Former child actor. Um, Played baseball since I was seven. Uh, High school, college, 3 years of professional baseball. And in the entrepreneurial realm, I run a baseball and softball training business called Juiced Up Athletics. And I train a lot of baseball and softball clients throughout Illinois and Indiana.
Wow, that's so cool. What's the most rewarding part about that?
When they get those scholarships, and I tell them, hey, the goal is your parents should come out paying the least amount of money as possible, including yourself. And if they do that and you get your scholarship and you get that education, my job is done. Now, whatever you do afterwards, whether you play professional baseball or softball, that's just a plus. And if you end up getting there, all I always ask for is a 10% donation and Juiced Up saying thank you.
Oh, wow. I love that. I love that you're using your platform to help inspire other people and to help push other people forward. I'm such a huge love of that, just making this incredible domino effect and making the world a better place.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I love that so much. So, what has been your inspiration to start all of this? Because that's quite a journey.
Um, well, with the business, it started from the fact that I've never had a baseball and softball or baseball lesson until I was 24 years old. And that was after my first professional contract. Uh,
Wow.
so I was self-taught, just got outside and practiced and played. And I realized that, and I'm an identical twin. So my mom didn't take us to do any type of lessons. And I don't think she knew where to go, even if they were even offered back then. And I realized that a lot of kids are coming from similar circumstances where they don't either know where to go or their parents can't afford it. So once I came out of pro ball, I was like, I want to start this business to make sure that kids can actually get quality training for a more affordable price.
I love that. That's so true because that opportunity isn't always available. And sometimes, like you said, it's just people don't know where to go to, or people don't even know how to open up those paths, or don't have the finances to do that.
Right, right.
Yeah. And sports and just being active and creative is such a huge impact on everyone's lives. It makes you happier. It
Yeah,
makes the world a better place. It contributes to society in such a productive way.
absolutely. And I always also tell the parents and the client that this is bigger than baseball and softball. We're trying to learn life skills here because life goes on after baseball and softball. So what you do on and off the field matters. And again, injuries can happen. I've experienced injuries. I have a partially torn rotator cuff still till this day. I tore it my second year of pro ball, and I had UCL reconstruction. And for people who are familiar with baseball and softball, Tommy John, and I had that in college. So you never know. It can be all stripped away from you by the snap of a finger
Yeah, it's so true. You can't take anything for granted.
at
And
all.
the fact that you took the positive side of it and decided to make a difference and not get caught up in the negativity about it.
Yeah,
And you have that longevity now of not just, helping yourself, but helping others and speaking up for other people that, don't have the opportunity.
absolutely, absolutely. And
I
I
love,
make way more money than I did playing professionally. So
wow. I guess that's another perk,
that's
right?
another positive, right?
What drives you to be going in that path? I know you had your inspiration, but how have you stayed focused and not kind of been, a lot of entrepreneurs kind of go all over the place and kind of dive into multiple things. How do you stay driven on that one path and really focused?
Oh, well, definitely being a father. I have a 4-year-old daughter, so
Oh,
she keeps me motivated because in order to pay for all of the unicorns and rainbows and everything's all the things she desires, I
oh,
have to go ahead and make sure that daddy is going out and grinding every day. But outside of that, I would say the impact, that I have affected multiple lives over the years. I've been doing it for 9 years. I've been full time in the business for 5 years, and it's always refreshing when kids I've trained who are now adults will be like, "Coach Julian, you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I remember." And so and like, "Man, you were, hey, everything you told me, you were right. I didn't listen back then, but you were so right." And just hearing those things and seeing that, okay, I made a lasting impression, is always a warm feeling in my heart. And the fact that it wasn't a negative impact on their lives, and they have quality memories, and they pulled something that I've instilled in them and brought it into their current everyday life.
that's amazing. What is one memory or one case that really sticks out to you?
um it was funny in my one of the men's leagues I play in. um the coach was like, "Hey, we got this new player uh coming," and he only said his first name. So I'm like, "Oh," he'll always ask me, "Well, hey, do you know anything about these this player?" I'm like, "No, I can't say that I do." And then I get there and I see him, they're like, "Coach Julian." I'm like, "Oh," I tell the coach, "Tom, if you would have told me their full name, yeah, I trained him. I trained this other kid. We had two kids that I've worked with or played or coached against,
Right.
um, that played with me this summer, and they got to see Coach Julian in action because they don't believe it when you be like, oh, Coach Julian could do XYZ back in the day. You're like, oh, whatever, you're old and everything, and then they see Coach Julian like, oh, at 34 years old, Coach Julian can ball, and that's always the humorous side of it. And it's like, and I just come out, go in the dugout, be like, I told you, and just walk by.
I love that. You stayed young. How do you
Yes.
stay ageless? What things do you do to keep yourself young at heart and to keep your body still, working so well and stuff, even through all of the struggles that you went through?
Working out. I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat anything. I primarily plant based, and I eat seafood at most. And I've been this way since October 2018. So going on 6 years now, and the lifestyle and just being around the kids that I train, and more importantly, my 4-year-old Jolie keeps me so young and old at the same time, because I'll be like, "Hey, baby, hey, daddy can't do this anymore. But you come down the slide. Daddy's too big." But definitely just being around it. And I play baseball. Like I still play, and I play 18 and up. So I'm playing with the young cats who think they're good, and they forget that some of us 30-plus-year-old guys who've had higher experience at this can
Right.
still ball. And so I'm one of the more feared ones. So I would say definitely playing baseball regularly, training them, and just staying active and working out, and just
Yeah.
that self-care, that me time, like trying to teach myself how to golf.
I love that you're having fun with it. And it's so important to keep your body moving at all ages, just to stay, in movement is, yeah, body in motion stays in movement, or stays in motion. For sure. And I saw that you were just featured on Sheen Magazine, which is my second family. Shout out Sheen. So congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank
Yes.
everybody at Sheen and my publicist, Leslie.
Yes. Shout out Leslie. I'm so glad she connected us.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what exciting things do you have going on for you?
Um, right now, from the business side, I am back into my catcher boot camps. My slogan is Alphas Only, so I run an Alpha Catcher Academy. I train a lot of catchers throughout Illinois and Indiana. one of the top catching instructors in the area. And so I got those camps and clinics going on all off season, outside of lessons. From the acting side, I just did a Christmas movie called Christmas in Chicago that's featuring Jennifer Freeman, from My Wife and Kids and You Got Served. I grew up watching her, so she plays my big sister. So we are
Oh,
leading that film. Michael Copon, who was on One Tree Hill, he was a Power Ranger, and he's still doing a lot of great things. So I did that movie, Christmas in Chicago. It's a TV Christmas movie that will be coming to a TV and streaming or network. We don't know yet, so I can't release the information. But it'll be coming to you all this holiday season, God's willing.
oh, how fun. We'll have to keep an eye out for
Yeah.
it. Exciting. Is there any part that you would want to play that you haven't played yet?
Ooh, plenty. I would definitely say, if at the top of my list, it would be, I want to do an action movie. I definitely want to do an action movie because the sports, yes, I want to do another sports film, but I want to be some type of action star, or I want to do a horror film where I don't die.
That would
But
be fun.
yeah, I want to get close where people are like, oh my God, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. And then at the end, I just pop up and I'm like the hero, or I just survive, whatever it is. But I would say the action, I want to do a horror film, and I want more comedic roles. So one of my dreams is definitely, if Jim Carrey ever decides to do a movie again, I would love to work with him. And I'm a Will Ferrell fan, and of course,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart would be my other ones, my follow
Those
up.
are some good ones.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones, I can definitely say. What has been your favorite role so far?
My favorite role. Ooh. Hopefully the networks don't crucify me, you all, but I would say Christmas in Chicago allowed me to show my comedic side more, because it's a rom-com, but I do bring a lot of comedic relief in there. And I get to play. And a lot of people don't know I do so many like dramatic roles on Chicago PD, Fire, Med, that they don't get to see my comedic side. And I'm not too long. I'm pretty funny. So it's like I love comedy, and Christmas in Chicago playing Tommy allowed me to really tap in, and they were like, hey, just go. And so I would say playing Tommy in Christmas in Chicago. And my second was Chicago Med, because there was, an explosion and everything, and some stunts involved. So I love doing that in the cold winters of Chicago. We filmed that. So I love things that allow me to actually stretch and show the depth. So I would say Christmas in Chicago, Chicago Med, and in third place, I gotta go with Hardball, because that was my start at 10 years old, playing Jefferson Albert Tibbs, and that was me in real life. So yeah, I had asthma. Obviously, I was chubby back then, and but I learned how to work out, and so it wasn't a lot of acting for that in that role, because I used to get picked on, had asthma. And like I said, I was a chubby kid. I didn't like sugar babies though, at all.
Wow. It's so amazing that you turned, just the beginning of something. You're so humble, you're so down to earth, and you remember where you started from, and you turned it into your dream come true.
Yes, yes.
I love that for you so much. And I love that even though you were picked on, you still, saw the goodness in other people, and you still, rose above it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
It wasn't easy though.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was bullied for many years as a child also as well. So coming from that, I'm Hispanic, and I was never dark enough, but I was too dark. And so there was always, you're too skinny, you're too this, you're too that.
Mhm.
And it just makes you really strong, and you can choose to come out the one side being positive, or you can come out of it negative. And I love that you are letting your light shine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. What inspires you in life? I know you said you're a beautiful daughter, and I know some of the people, but who is your biggest inspiration, or what is your biggest inspiration?
I would definitely say, am I allowed to pick two?
You're allowed to pick as many as you want.
um, my first inspiration is definitely my mom, because she, you know, raised my brother and I, while still being a Chicago Public Schools teacher. And she definitely did her thing, and she taught 42 years, and we followed in her footsteps. I also have an education degree, so I can teach in the school system if I wanted to. Um, and then I would say my late father, because he instilled a lot of advice and mentorship in my adult years as we reconnected and rebuilt our relationship, and just gave me a lot of wisdom to really navigate certain things. And unfortunately he passed away in 2020, and so there's definitely more I wish I was able to ask him, but just the amount of information and wisdom that he did give me has helped me tremendously, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, uh, through life. So I would say my mom and my dad, and then the entertainment side, I'm definitely going to go with Dave Chappelle. And I'm a Childish Gambino fan, so I love like create. I love artists. So the fact that he can cross over and do everything, that be a stand-up comedian, an actor, a singer, a rapper, that's what I admired, and that's what I do. I'm an actor, I'm a singer,
Yeah.
entrepreneur. So, and I like comedy. So I would say those are my inspirations for sure.
Oh my gosh. I love that your parents are driving you, and I'm sorry about your loss with your dad, but I'm sure he's watching over you and just so proud of you, and, just letting all of these different sides of you just open up.
Yes. Yes.
What is one thing that he told you that you remember most?
Whew. Oh man. Uh the one thing I remember the most, and I still quote this even to my clients to this day. He literally told me, when you're working hard, if you're working hard, there's somebody somewhere else at your position working 10 times harder than you. And you may run into them either at your workplace, whether they are joining your staff, whether they're on your team, or whether you're competing against them. And he was like, and if they're working 10 times harder than you, who wins that battle? They do. But you have the opportunity to be that person that's working 10 times harder than somebody else, to make sure when you do arrive to that moment, you're the one that comes out on top. So that's one thing I constantly quote and live by regularly.
Oh, I love that so much. You're dropping gems.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Was there anything that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Yes, definitely you all follow me on my social medias. I think I'm official Julian Griffith now, because on Instagram, because Instagram told me I was impersonating myself and
Oh,
disabled my entire page.
oh my God.
So official Julian Griffith on Instagram, the Julian Griffith on TikTok, the Julian Griff, just Griff on X now, even though I still call it Twitter.
Me too.
Uh, and the Julian Griffith on TikTok. So definitely follow it and be on the lookout for Christmas in Chicago.
Yes, we will. I'm so excited to follow your journey. I could keep talking to you all night. This
Thank
has
you.
been so much fun and such a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.
We'll definitely have to do a reunion.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. And we'll keep an eye out for you and keep following you. And just, I'm so excited for all the good stuff that's happening for you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for watching Jacqueline Valdez Live, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.